Okay, GM everyone, and happy Sunday to you all. Today, bit of a different video. I thought I'd give myself a bit of a challenge here and try and pick out some NFTs under 0.1 Sol that could 10x or should at least have some growth in them from where they are. I picked Sol obviously because basically for 0.1 Sol on Ethereum, you couldn't even pay gas. And it's been quite a week, really, with lots of drama happening in the NFT world, which is no different to always. Some rugs going down on Solana, OpenSea exploits, and various other drama that's been going on. Everything seems to happen at a pace in the NFT world, so drama seems to come with it. So yeah, what I wanted to do is really easy to look at some high price projects. Well, it's not easy, but it's really it's easier to find higher price projects that you can have some conviction in. I wanted to look at some projects or try and find 3 projects under 0.1 Sol that may have some benefit. So instead of minting, I'm talking about existing projects that have been around for a while and have a track record. These are all projects I've got and I've watched and I've been in the Discord, so I have information, and some of them have got some, well, all of them actually have got some news which may affect the value. So I'll go through each one, explain why I think they've got the potential to increase. And as I said, they are existing projects, they're not mints. None of this is financial advice, and do your own research. Don't ape in because I say so. But we're, something for someone who's trying to dip their toe in the water maybe and wants to get into a couple of projects. So let's have a look. Standard opening. Inspiration Gary V, and very much a poor person's nifty alpha today. As always, tips and tricks, reviews, onboarding information, and AMAs, and hopefully trying to make the space safer. Really would love your feedback if there's particular videos you want about onboarding. Going to do a lot more educational one. Got to do your own research one coming up. So yeah, let's get started. Project 1, Redden. This is a project I've got a lot of conviction in. I've been in for a while. Pretty low risk, I think. The floor price has been pretty solid. If you pick one of these up, then you're not really going to lose a lot. And hopefully gain as well. So just going to move the screen around a little bit. Oh no, nobody needs that. Let's just go a little bit that way so you can see everything. So Redon, initially this was a 0.4 mint that went quite slowly. So what the project team actually did was they refunded everyone who bought a 0.4, but because they'd created all this art and had the project ready, they then did a free mint. So it would have cost people roughly 0.02 Sol plus a bit, and there's 6174 of these NFTs. I think the art is pretty damn good in the Solana space, really good model and art. And I really like the fact that there's also lots of contributing artists. So you'll see over here, you've got a hoodie and another hoodie on this one. There's some shoes that have all been done by NFT artists in the space. And the project had a massive roadmap. as the 0.4 project, involving DAOs and lots of blue chips going into the DAO. But when it went free, it turned into a community project. So the project team and the community that formed around it have worked together to start to bring together a community roadmap. And we've got Bola leading us, who's a real OG in the Solana space, leading the project and bringing lots of good stuff in. First thing they did was when it reached 1,000 volume, they released the 3D file. So if anyone wants to print a Don, they can do that, a 3D printed Don. Community as well. So there's an excellent anthem that was created by the community and bringing together a new roadmap, co-designed between the team and the community. Some big players in Solana like this project and have given positive mentions to it. So you got Easy Eats Bodega, who has actually got a one-of-one version of these that was made by the project. And also Sol Big Brain did a chain about the project, a thread, sorry, not a chain. And there has seemed to be some DAOs buying these along the way. And the floor price is actually slightly under that at the moment, I believe. So if we just have a little look on Magic Eden at the moment, yeah, so slipping under the 0.1. You've got 0.099 there. And you can see in here, just as I was saying before, there's some, so if we look at hoodies as an example, there's some hoodies done by like Keyserfield. You've also got Abstract Made, Top Escapes, Oxdrip, Basket NFT, Young Jotaro. I mean, you've got all these different types. Oh, no, it's going to go slow typically. Okay. I won't use the filter. I'll use scroll. So anyway, playing up, no doubt, because I'm streaming and sharing screen and all of that sort of stuff. But you've got various different elements that have been contributed by artists. They're actually getting paid along the way as well. So just to look at the data a second in Sol Radar, floor price has been pretty solid for quite a while now, which is great. Average price fluctuating there, but sitting above the floor price, because you tend to see people looking for those more unique ones in terms of them. Volume been pretty steady, you know, fair to middling. Listed, and I'll come back to that in a second, but listed's always been quite high because it's a free project. You know, people didn't pay much to get in, and listing's always been, you know, around this 1,100 mark. So quite high in terms of listings. So maybe about 15%. Discord members, as you see on most projects, really gradually over time, because it's a very instant space, but you know, declined by about 30 or 40 over a week. Twitter followers dotting around about the 2,500 mark, which is great. So as you can see, pretty decent. Floor price pretty solid at what it is, and basically a 5x for anyone who minted. The floor price is 5x, so not bad performance overall. You can't complain at that. So why do I think this has got potential? Well, and when? So realistically, very soon. By the end of the month, there's going to be staking, which isn't going to be done by the project itself. It's done in partnership, actually, with a company called Seeded Network. So they're kind of a launchpad solution, and they've got their own seeded token, and you're going to be staking for seeded tokens. But as you can see, project incubator for other projects, backed by a number of companies, lots of partners, good media and stuff like that. So you've got solid staking coming. And what does staking mean? Well, staking means less listings. And what does less listings mean overall? Well, less listings means increased floor price. I mean, let's just have a look over here. I'm just going to pull these graphs back a bit so you can see a little bit, but you can kind of see the trend here. You know, as listings are coming down, that correlates with floor price going up, as you can see today. You know, Mr. Bot was pedaling along at this level, and I'll come back to this a bit later, but had a big drop in listings and the price goes up. And you can see that consistently across many, many different projects. So Mr. Bot, a really good data tool that I use. Also use Soul Sniper XYZ as well. So yeah, effectively, staking coming. Staking will reduce listings. Listings will affect the floor price. And obviously also you're earning token as well by holding them, or you don't stake them and you just look to make a profit on the floor price. So that's Redom, really. So point one, pretty solid, high conviction, great project, great community, building and growing. And each Redom you own will give you a share in the community roadmap. So who knows what's to come there. The more popular you get, the more that's going to come into that roadmap and the more value they're going to be able to add. But they've been consistently delivering. Staking is coming within a week or so. So really good project. And just to say, it should be, is there a tweet? No, doesn't look like that tweet's gone out. That's probably why no one's on here at the moment. There you go. So if you follow me on Twitter, there is a tweet of this video. If you actually like and retweet it and follow myself and the 3 projects I'm going to talk about, then I'll actually be giving away one of each of these NFTs for you. So do that. And do follow me on Twitter, Mr. Yellow 1899. So that's project 1, Redom. Probably my highest conviction play and the lowest risk in terms of floor price. So next one, Knighton. Another project I've been with for ages, was a free mint. This one's medium conviction, medium term. So again, I love the art. I think the art is absolutely fantastic for Solana. Really, really detailed and a great team behind it. And they're looking to deliver some big things. And the reason it's medium term is part of that is a game. So yeah, free mint. I think they did about 4 or 5 drops because there was a lot of NFTs. So they had roughly a couple of thousand in each drop. I think the last drop was actually 0.05 because the community wanted it quicker. So generally free, but the last 2,000 were 0.05, I believe, off the top of my head. A large number of NFTs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NFTs. Some of those have actually been burned now for the second collection. So you could burn 5 of these and get the second collection that I'll talk about in a minute for 0.2 instead of 0.7-ish. Team is doxed and has a real solid gaming pedigree. They've got a good roadmap and light paper that I'm going to look at it, show you in a minute. The second collection is going to be part of the game. But the first collection here is also going to have game utility. So having one of these will give you game utility, and it's a lot cheaper than getting in right now. Getting into Knighton Evolved. And the other thing that these guys have got is staking just around the corner. So again, just not to reiterate the same point, but staking reduces the number of listings and has an impact on the floor price. And that staking will get you token. That token will be used with the game. But obviously what they're building is quite a good game. So we are talking quite detailed, quite high caliber. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Floor price, when I put this together, was 0.08. Let's just have a little look. So 0.07 at the moment. So again, a decent entry point, and I really like the art, and there's some really sweet ones there. Even better when the games come in. If anyone's wondering why I've got moon rankings embedded in here, it's actually a plugin called Soul Sniper NFT that you can get in Chrome, and then it'll overlay how rare is and Magic Eden rankings if they exist. So they don't for this one, but so 0.07. Just have a look at the Knighton website, the original website. So you can see some really nice NFTs there, the roadmap, the mint, and then they alluded to the potential of a game. Pretty docs team here, and you can follow their links through and see what they've actually done. Blake Hill, I believe, is the lead designer. These guys have worked on some serious games in the past. That's why I'm quite bullish about their ability to do some of this stuff. Let's actually just go through to Blake Hill's stuff so you can see a bit of the in-game stuff that he has created just there, and you can do that for the other guys as well. So serious background, the games, really, really good. And Knighton Evolved, which is, I don't believe it's minting at the second. I think it's paused at the moment, but it will be minting soon. 7777 and 0.7 mint price, and creating a game. So in Unreal Engine 5, so good quality game, good quality engine. Obviously, that's going to take a little bit of time. Bringing in the coin, also enabling the NFTs to be used in the metaverse as well. So that's the plan. You can see the artwork here for the Evolved Knights. I believe the Evolved Knights are going to be more powerful in the game, but the originals will also be in there. And I kind of like the originals, if I'm honest. Personally, I love some of the designs. I think they look really cool. They've got a very detailed white paper, light paper, which talks all about it, what they're doing, why they're doing it on Solana, some of the utility, burning, staking, airdrops and giveaways, play to earn game, AAA level graphics, how you're going to be able to use the origin ones, but also the evolved ones, and then just a bit more information. So plus the coinage. So overall, you know, for what you're potentially getting there, it's a really good project, and I really like this project. So the evolved ones are mint will start again shortly with 0.77. They've done the whitelist and the burn of the old ones. And you're going to have game utility for your existing knights. So there has been a sweeping contest of the originals for, I think, the last 5 or so days. So floor price of 0.07 may drop back a little bit now that sweeping contest finished. So you might be able to get in even cheaper. They are next developing staking. There's also they're also talking about developing some sort of battle engine before the real full game. They've been looking at it for a little while. They've had a few challenges in terms of delivering that. So that's after staking. And then obviously the big sort of proper full-blown AAA graphic games in Unreal Engine. So bit more medium term this one, but staking is coming. The opportunity is there when staking comes again, you know, reducing supply, increasing floor price. Overall, if they deliver that AAA game, even though it may be a few months away, real potential in that project. I forgot I've still got that banner up. So that's the second one, Knighton. And all the links are in the description to the stuff I'm linking to here. So if you want to have a look at that, do follow those links. Join the Discords for any of these projects. Have a look at their Twitter, see what's going on. And the third one, always do that, go backwards instead of forwards. Third one. So this one, I don't have the same conviction level on this one at the moment, but I'll explain why. So slightly higher risk investment and medium term, but nonetheless, there is good stuff going on. So originally they minted at 0.18. It was 0.11 for whitelist. I believe quite a large number of these minted out at 0.11 before they managed to flip it over to 0.18. So most people, I think, minted at 0.11. The art is, again, good pixel art, really different. Based pixel art based around the Spider-Verse universe. So really good, really different. Yeah, so didn't get off to a good start for me. Really lost its momentum because there was a good 3, 4, 5 days before they were listed on ME. And that was due to a couple of problems. The ME listing request went missing. Whether it was done by the project or not done by the project, I don't know. In terms of the early days as well, the roadmap was pretty uninspiring and not uninspiring necessarily, but lacked a smart focus. Didn't have that real tangible stuff of we're definitely doing this. It was very loose and open. The focus wasn't really there. And I think the engagement from the team was not great at the start, and that was due to a number of things, I believe, which kind of played out a week or so ago, where there was some conflict between the team members in the Discord, which has led to really, there's a couple of devs that were basically, falling out really. And that's led to one of those devs going, and now kind of the project is reforming around this. And the community is pretty good. There's a lot of people that are big fans of the art and have stuck through it, even though it hasn't been the easiest of starts. But that conflict's been dealt with, and we've now got an emerging roadmap. Floor price wise, these are pretty cheap to pick up. So just having a look where they are now. Oh, wow. You got a 368 rarity for 0.06 on the floor. Yeah, so basically 0.06 floor price. So this one is under mint. Like I say, it's not been the most inspiring of starts for the project, but obviously I said 3, so this is the one. This is the one I think can go somewhere. It all depends what happens now, really. So one of the next things that's come out of the conflict and the community voting and discussing with the devs what to do is there's going to be an accompanying drop, which would be pets, and the vote came out for dogs. So dogs with superhero style traits or superhero dogs. The artwork is coming soon, and some more details are coming in the next week or so. So there is real opportunity here about what happens there, and how we can now reconstruct it as a project and get it on the right track, really, because yeah, it's been slow in NFT world. It's not been around that long, a number of weeks, so holding one of these originals will absolutely get you the whitelist. To be clarified about whether you get airdropped it or whether you get airdropped if you're not listed, or whether you need a couple of them to get airdropped the next drop. That's still to be confirmed. But fundamentally, this one I think is underpriced for what it is. Really, really nice NFTs. It's underpriced. I think a lot of people maybe were worried about, DMCA or something like that happening. I would have thought if that was going to happen, it would have happened. But personally, I think it's good pixel art, and people like the Spider-Verse, and you've got this other drop coming up. So Wenmoon, like I say, this is probably my third option and more risky than the other two. Really going to be about the devs explaining the roadmap now and clarifying that and getting that in the Discord so that we can then build the community around that. You'd have to treat this as an art only project until that happens. So yeah, only buy it if you like them, but there are some nice ones around, and they're nice as you saw, 0.06. And then with that clarification, they may well have some real potential to grow. So that's my third option. So 3 potential projects that you could get involved in that have a track record and have some news potentially dropping imminently that could impact the value and increase the value. So do your own research. hopefully you like those. If you do like the video, please do subscribe, hit like, hit the bell to get some notifications when we put a new video out. That would be wonderful. And just to touch on another couple of things here. So I'm imminently, I created this a couple of weeks ago actually, but I will be doing a video on Zin Dragons. Originally, it was talking about leading up to the Gen 2 dragons that have released now. Probably would rename this one as well about the next blue chip project on Solana. At the time that I did this, as I say, the Gen 1 dragons were sitting at maybe about a 3.5 floor price. And Gen 2 hadn't released. They were minting at 0.69. Today, I looked earlier, the Gen 1s are now about 9.5. The Gen 2s that minted at 0.69 are about 2.69. And this is just a bit of a rags to riches talk, really, because it was another trouble project. Mint, a new team took over, and this team just keeps delivering. They've actually this week, even though it wasn't on the roadmap's really detailed. It has some really interesting next drops with Dragon Balls and then Super Dragons evolving your dragon coming. But they've also created a marketplace this week so that they can help other NFT projects launch. And that revenue is going to be shared with holders. And they've also got their first launch going through that. And all that was on top of the roadmap. So it's just a team that keeps on going. And I really think it's got the potential to go much bigger. I hope some of you, I mentioned Mr. Bot earlier, said I'd come back to it briefly, but I hope some of you listened on the other video. Mr. Bot was sitting at about 0.3 floor price. And again, I mentioned before, they kept talking about a mint bot. Today, they actually, hence this spike, they actually gave it to the users. So it's always been this data tool that you can just copy the back end of the URL from Magic Eden, put that in there, and you can see the listings, what's been sold, how many are listed, what the floor price is, what the volume is, all of those sorts of things. And you can drag it around and zoom in and zoom out and expand it and contract it. A really powerful tool. You can also look at alerts of the floor price. You can look at specific traits only and filter by that. So really powerful data tool. But now today they've just released a mint bot as well. I won't go into it because that would require me to log in. But basically they've released that, hence the increase in floor price. So still think there's a bit of value in there. Just to go to Mr. Bot on here, because now I've closed out. But for a data tool and a working mint bot, it's still quite a low price. Been a fair amount of activity today after the announcement. Ran up to 0.99, I think, was the highest. And obviously then some people took their money, but hey, still a good opportunity to get in if you want to. So do come back, watch some of our other videos on the channel. We'll also be doing one on do your own research. So everyone talks about it, but how do you do it? So we've got a special guest for that. NFT CEO is going to come along, and we're just going to talk about how you actually research projects and what you should do. So thanks for your time. See you on the next video. good luck with these if you go for them. I think they're decent projects. Yeah. Speak to you soon. GM, GE, GA if you're in the afternoon. Bye-bye.